All right, guys, God bless. And what a time to be alive. You can now spin up an agency quality voice AI for your business in just 5 minutes. And I'm going to show you exactly how. All right, so first, what you're going to do is you're going to go to this website. It's RevSquared.ai. All right, so just go over here, RevSquared.ai. And you're going to click start 7-day free trial. All right. So you get a chance to test it, play with it, put it in your business before you ever pay anything for it. And so we'll just go here. All right. And what we'll do is we'll just use a random company for this example. So I'd already typed in roofing company, Orlando, Florida. And we'll just pick a random one that we know has a website, Universal Roof and Contracting, Next Level Roofers. Let's just use Next Level Roofers. All right. Next. All right. So, yep, this one because it's in Orlando. All right. And it found your business. So basically what it's doing, you put in your Google business profile, it finds your business, AI starts to scrape everything for you. If you don't have a Google business profile, it's not the end of the world. You could just put in your company name, website URL, and your industry if you need to, and click continue. All right. So what it's done is it's like, okay, it's found your business. So it's got your company name, it's got your business description, industry detected, it's roofing. They do installation, repair, and maintenance services for, okay, so they do commercial as well. All right, cool. So it has their website, street address. Now, right here it says business address. This is an important thing to note, all right? Right here it says agent can share with callers. If let's say you're running an insurance company from your house and you don't want people to know your address, then make sure you uncheck this. All right. I made this mistake before. Radius. All right. Let's just say they do 40 miles. Roofing companies will drive if you got a roof that needs to be fixed. So let's just say they service a 40-mile radius. All right. So here, this is where we can name our agent. Let's name it Jackie. Okay. Hopefully I spelled that correctly. And then we'll just put Josh Hannon is the owner. All right. So right here, you just name your agent and then your name right here. Okay. And then just click continue. All right. Now call goals. This is where it takes you and you start setting up what you want your agent to do. So for a roofing company, you're going to want to mostly book appointments. You don't want to take orders. So let's say you own a restaurant, right? And you want it to take orders for you. Then this would be what you pick and you wouldn't have it book appointments. But since we're doing roofing, we'll do this one. And we'll say collect info for callback. So it does both of these things. All right, cool. So live call transfers. If I want somebody to have, let's say I've got somebody at the front desk that I want transfers to go to after the agent vets them, or I need it to go to me, whatever the case may be, then I can put this in. Now, something to keep in mind, when you're using an AI, basically the way it works is you're forwarding a call from your number to the AI agent, and the AI agent has a phone number attached to it, right? So if let's say you're getting calls to your cell phone. All right. So I'm just going to leave the transfer off for now, but it's easy enough to set up. All right. And so what it's done is it scraped your website, gotten all the information, and now it's building questions your agent asks. All right. So this is how it handles calls. So in this, you can say, you can come down here and you can say, look at all these questions. What type of property do you have? Residential, commercial, or both? Okay, that's a quality question for a roofing company that does both. Is this for repair, replacement, or inspection to assess your roof? What's your location? Are you in the Central Florida service area? Have you had any recent storm damage or water leaks? Are you working with your insurance or paying out of pocket? Okay, all quality questions. If I wanted to get rid of one, like, let me just get rid of this one, I can remove it. If I want to add one, I can just come over here, add that qualifying question. It gets added to my agent. All right. Then now what we're doing is who's a good fit for your business? Who's a good fit? Who's not a good fit? You don't want a bunch of booked appointments with people who are not qualified. That's not really the goal here. The goal is to qualify the people calling in and schedule appointments for this particular agent, right? So not qualified, located outside of Central Florida service area, beyond Brevard, Polk, or Volusia County coverage. All right, because I did put that 40-mile radius, so it was able to inspect that. Only seeking price quote without scheduling inspection, not the decision maker or property owner. All right, I'll get rid of this one, but we'll keep not the decision maker or property owner. located in qualified, located in Central Florida, service areas, these counties, has an active roofing need, repair, replacement, inspection, or storm damage claim, property owner, decision maker with budget authority, open to scheduling an inspection. Perfect. All right, so this is info to collect on every call. We want to get their name, we want to get their phone number, we want to get their email, we want to get their address. Service requested, I don't need that. Company name, I don't need that. Okay, so this is my setup now. Okay, all right. So now this is where we can start, really building our agent. So we can listen and hear.
Hey there, I'm Simo, your resilient AI collaborator, ready to rise to the occasion and transform your productivity.
Okay, or I can listen to.
Hey, I'm Brian, ready to get going. Whatever you need, consider it done promptly. What are we working on right now?
All right, and so they do have hundreds of voices inside of the platform that you could choose from. You can even clone your own voice, but these are just two. That way you could demo your agent before you take it in the platform and really fine tune it. All right, so this is getting it put together, and then you fine tune your agent inside of the platform. The female, and then now pick a personality. So you could see these are shaped for industry, right? Warm, friendly and warm. Great question. We love to help. Tell me what's happening with your roof. Right? Next level roofer specializes in residential and commercial roofing across Central Florida. Energetic and upbeat. So you can kind of pick what works for you. I'll just go professional and polished for now. Now, this is in Central Florida that we picked this business. There's a lot of Spanish speakers. If you want to have it speak Spanish, I don't speak Spanish, so I won't be able to demo that for you. But you could just have it click that on and it will now be fully bilingual. It can speak English and Spanish. And if somebody is on the phone and they start speaking Spanish, the agent will switch over and start speaking Spanish with them. All right, now anything else we should know? So if you've got anything here that you want it to know about how it should handle calls, just drop that in here and then we'll just go to build my agent. All right, so now it should build the agent for you. If you didn't already have an account, it would pop up for you to log in and create an account right before we got to this page, and then you would go to another page where it's a checkout page, and it's a 7-day free trial. You just pick the package that makes sense. You could start with the $147 a month package. Go with that for now, and if you feel the need to upgrade, you can upgrade from there. I will say I have the Pro. There's some good benefits in that, like the AI sales manager that's reviewing all of the calls, the website widgets, all of that stuff. And I'll show you inside of that in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this real fast and we'll go over to the inside of the platform. And then we can actually test the agent, which you'll be able to test your agent once this thing was actually made, but we're not going to take all of that time to do so. All right, so now we are inside of the platform. Okay, so you can kind of see how this looks. Let me give you a quick walkthrough of what all's inside of here. So you could go light mode or dark mode. I personally prefer the light mode, but I think dark mode is clean as well. So that's right up here that you can get to. So dashboard, what you can see at a glimpse is kind of your company number. You'll need to grab a phone number for this to go live, and then you'll see this quick setup guide, right? So purchase phone number, integrate your CRM, connect your calendars, configure call transfers, and test your agent. All right, so you could just click on this, and it's going to take you to purchase a phone number. So I'm just going to buy a number, confirm purchase. It's $2. I get a number, and that is good to go in just a second. So it's purchasing. And then I'll have a phone number attached right here. All right, so now I've got my phone number, and if I come back to dashboard, it should be there. Yep, so now I've got a phone number. So what this means is once you've tested your agent and you're ready, and let's say you're getting calls to your office line or you're getting calls to your cell phone, all you have to do is forward this to that number. Set up call forwarding, forward calls that go to this phone number, whatever phone number it is that you get. It'd be really cool. All right. This is how you can test your actual agent and make adjustments. So this is an HVAC company. Let me just play with this. All right.
Hi there. How can I help you today?
Yeah, I had some issues with my AC that I need to get looked at.
Oh man, that's no fun, especially when the AC acts up. So is it not turning on at all, or is it running but just not cooling well?
It's It's not well, it's leaking upstairs a bit, and I noticed that here recently is leaking upstairs, and then the day before yesterday it just stopped working at all, and so now it's downstairs is like 60 degrees, and then upstairs is close to like 90 degrees up there.
Yeah, that sounds pretty rough, especially with that big temperature difference. How old is your current AC system?
My current AC system is, I don't know, we bought the house 10 years ago and I've never changed it. And the house was built in 2007 and I don't know that it's ever been changed. So maybe close to like 20 years at this point.
Okay, so you're definitely at that replacement point. And are you the homeowner?
Yeah, I don't know.
Perfect. And is the system currently working at all, or is it completely out right now?
Completely out.
Okay, so completely out. We can definitely get someone out there soon. And can I get your address?
Yeah, my address is 1221 Lee Road.
Thanks. And is that in Salt Lake City or a different city?
Yeah, it's in Salt Lake City.
Perfect. We service that area. All right, so with a 20-year-old AC that's leaking and now completely out, you're definitely a good candidate for us to come take a look. Let me grab a few details and we'll get you on the schedule. Can I get your full name?
Yeah, it's Kyle Blake.
Great. And what's the best number to reach you?
407 266 1548.
Got it. So that's 407-266-1548. Is that right?
Yep.
Awesome. And what's your email?
Kyle@gmail.com.
Perfect. All right, let me see what we've got available. Looks like our earliest is today at 2:30 p.m. Does that work for you?
Yep. All right. So now that I've tested it, and I won't keep going with that, I won't beat a dead horse. I'd give it like an 8, right? So now I could leave feedback or I can make adjustments here. So I'll just save the rating. All right. And let's say I want, and this is how you know that this thing works. I want, all right. So I didn't really have anything I wanted to change there. So I just put, I want you to ask how tall the person is before you start asking qualifying questions. So I'm going to submit this change. Kind of weird. Obviously, that's not what you would do. But what I'm trying to demonstrate to you is that if you want to make any adjustments to your AI, all you have to do is just do that, right? Just type in plain language what you want adjusted and do that. Now, let's say I thought the voice speed was a little too fast. I can come in here and I can adjust the voice speed, right? Let's say I wanted to add noise canceling. I'd leave that setting. But let's say I wanted to do a call center in the background, right? I don't want it too loud to where it's overbearing, but just enough to where you can hear a little bit of something in the background. And then you could test that, right? And see like, hey, does that work for me? All right. And so it takes a minute for it to adjust the prompt, same way it takes a minute for it to build the prompt, but we'll come back to this in just a second and test it. Now, in voices, I think this is really cool. This is where you can come in here and you could pick different voices and listen to those based on what you know, and pick one that you like. But you can also clone your voice. So let's say I want to clone my voice and I wanted to use my voice in here. I can click tap to record, clone, and then it will clone my voice. And then I can just select that voice as the one that answers the calls. So let's say you've got a receptionist or you've got somebody that sounds really good that you want them to record, or maybe you want your voice to answer. You can do that right here and just clone it. And so I think that is pretty awesome. And if I wanted to go with a different voice, like I could preview it
Hey,
here.
I'm your virtual assistant from Retail AI, here to help you handle all the calls.
So if I wanted to choose that voice, I could. If I wanted to filter between male, female, clone voices, all voices, I could do so. And you could see that there's a ton of voices in here to pick and choose from. You could save some that you liked. If you need a friend to listen to it, you can always do that. All right, so let's go back over to Test Agent. It looks like it's probably updated, and let's test it out.
Hey, thanks for calling I Know a Guy HVAC. This is Andrew. How can I help you?
Hey, Andrew. Yeah, I wanted to get my AC checked out.
Oh, got it. AC acting up is never fun, especially as it starts warming up. Is it not cooling at all or just not cooling well?
Yeah, it's not cooling well.
Got it. And real quick, how tall are you?
You see, it asked me how tall I am. That's awesome. So that's how easy it is to make adjustments. So before in the past, you would hire an agency and you wanted to make adjustments to your AI, you would have to sit in a 24, 48-hour queue. Now all you have to do is just come over here and type what adjustments you want, and boom, it makes it for you within a minute. So I think this is absolutely awesome. And then most of the other companies that are software based that do this, there is no adjustment. The only thing you get is little adjustments like this inside of the settings, but you can't get granular and prompt changes. And so when these things are actually in production and they're speaking to real customers who are not going to follow this rosy straight line that you hear yet, but I can later put together a little video that shows you what that looks like. But if you just go ahead and create your 7-day free trial, try it, get some calls in there, you'll see how freaking awesome it is. It's got lead scoring in there, buyer intent in there, notes in there. Everything that you would need is sitting right there. All right. Then you've got your analytics. All right. I think this is really cool because in today's day and age, I mean, the economy's kind of tight. It's tough. We've got a lot of subscriptions we pay for that we don't get value from. So this is tracking ROI for you. So average customer value. What is the average customer value? This is an HVAC company. I don't know. Maybe it's like, I'd say on average $500, right? Monthly receptionist cost. If I was going to hire, all right, we'll call it $3,200. And then close rate, percent of appointments that become customers. I'd say 50% is pretty conservative. I would think an AC company is probably higher than that, but I don't run an AC company, so I don't know. So we'll save that. And now what this will start doing is it will track the ROI for you, right? Your monthly savings, your ROI multiplier, appointments booked, revenue generated, and monthly savings. All right. And so you'll be able to see caller sentiment, lead quality, right? You'll be able to see top topics. This is also a cheat code for your SEO because if you're getting a lot of people calling about these things, then A, you can start programming your responses in, and B, you could start writing articles. Okay, well, hey, I actually get to show you this, which is the call history. All right, so this is what you would see. You'd be able to listen to the call.
Hi, thank you for calling the law offices of Matthew Ongst. This is Ashley. How can I help you today?
So you'd be able to listen to the call, look at the transcript. Oh, this went in Spanish, which is super cool, but unfortunately I cannot read it. And then you could train it right here. Say, hey, make this adjustment. And it makes the adjustment for you, which is so cool, right? And then you'll be able to see all the details of what happened in the conversation, Spanish-speaking caller seeking legal help with insurance dispute where approved medical tests were later declined by insurance, leaving her with thousands in charges. Agent confirmed they handle insurance disputes and collected her contact information for an attorney consultation. Gave the lead score 78. All right. And then I could read the transcript. I could look at all of this and boom, now I see all of the details. I could grade this call as well. And then if I wanted to make any changes, I could. And then the AI sales manager, I don't think one call is enough for it to actually batch that. But once you start having calls, essentially what it's doing is looking through all the trends of those calls, finding any errors or things that need to be improved that would increase conversions. It gives you exactly why that is and what can be changed. And all you do is one click approve. This is unlike anything else that's on the market. What we used to have to do as an agency is we used to have to manually listen to all the calls and find trends, right? Or clients would have to listen to all their calls and find trends, and then we could make adjustments to the AI based on a trend. This AI sales manager is doing all of that for you without you having to touch a single thing. So that is pretty wild. All right, next I want to show you inside of here, which is like the widgets, right? So let's say I want to create a widget for my website, right? So I can go here and I'll pick, do I want chat? Do I want voice? Do I want chat and voice? And I could just go next step. And then I could put my brand color in here. So if you got a brand color, you can put it here. I use this right here for now. And then you could put a greeting message, widget size, small, medium, large, auto pop-up. Yeah, I wanted to auto pop up for sure. And then next step. Okay, so now that we're at next step, I can use the same AI prompt or generate a new prompt. I'm going to use the same AI prompt. Okay, the same prompt that we used to build the agent is using that. Now all I have to do is copy this code and I can drop this onto my website, and now I've got a website chat widget, right? So I think that is wildly cool. Let me see. You see this? Thank you for reaching out to the law office of Matthew. This is Ashley. How may I help you today? Okay, and if I want to test the voice,
Hi, thank you for calling the law offices of Matthew Ongst. This is Ashley. How can I help you today?
so think about this. Somebody goes to your website. Now you're able to capture these website visitors into your voice AI, get their information, and schedule an appointment right from your site. This is an awesome additional feature. This is just in Pro. So this is one of the reasons why I went with Pro, and I think it's a worthwhile plan, as well as the AI Sales Manager. I think the AI Sales Manager is just an absolute game changer from somebody who's been doing this for a while. All right, so once I've got this code, I copy this on my website, drop it in, and now all of the conversations that happen will go in here, and I'll be able to see what's going on in this agent. And if I want to make changes to it, I can just make simple changes the same way we do inside of call history. I can just type in there, change this when somebody says this, and it will make those adjustments. Then you've got review automations. All right, so this is another thing that's really cool. So you just connect your Google business profile. It's already got it set up. Then it gives you your own landing page for this. So you can set up how this works, subject line, body text, what it's saying, leave a review, thank you. And then it's got a landing page where somebody could come in here. So let's say somebody does 3 and below. It doesn't send them to your Google business profile. They do 4 and up, or whatever you set up as the threshold, and they could leave a review on your Google profile, right? So I think it's really cool. You can put in your email, test it from here. Again, this is another pro feature. I think it's totally worthwhile getting that. And then you can set up like routing rules, right? Do 4 stars and up, 5. When do you want it to send, right? Auto send reviews after as a SMS. You can do all of this stuff right from here. And then you've got a dashboard that's tracking how many new reviews that this platform got you. If you're running Google LSA or any kind of local service business, this is an absolute game changer and all in one place. Now, the final piece of this that I'll show you is integrations. All right. So integrations are critical. Let's say you're using something like a Go High Level, and I want to connect my Go High Level. Now that's available on Pro as well. If you don't have Pro, then you just have access to the calendars. So you can do Google Calendar, Calendly, or cal.com, and you could just click connect, and it's simple. Sign in with Google Calendar and you're good to roll, right? Calendly, same thing. And then you'll just answer a couple questions and it's all set up and wired for you. Now, if we want to go CRM wise, same thing here. All right. Sign in with Go High Level. I pick an account and I'm not going to let it do all that, but you get the premise, right? Now, let's say you're using something else, right? Some other kind of CRM. It's not inside of here. You've got full Zapier. So you've got access to 5,000 apps with Zapier, and then you've got N8N. So you can use either one of these to connect your agent inside of here. And what that's going to do is every time it has a call, it's going to create that contact. It's going to be able to read your calendar to schedule, find out when you're available and schedule an appointment. It's going to take all the information that we get inside of call history. Like you can kind of see right here, it got all this summary right here. It's got the recording, it got everything, and it'll put that in the notes section of that contact. So that way everything stays really well organized and you don't have to be a developer to do this. And let me tell you something, it cost me tens of thousands of dollars in builds, developer costs when we were doing builds for folks to be able to do this. And now all you have to do is just click a button. So that is the full rundown on the RevSquared AI platform. I think it's absolutely killer the way this works. And so if you want to give it a try, just remember, come back to this site right here, RevSquared receptionist.ai and just click start 7-day free trial. Give it a shot, see how you like it, dial it in for your business, get a phone number up there, connect your CRM, get your calendar set up, and let it start taking some calls. Even if it's just getting after hours calls for now, at least you're not losing that money to competitors. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy the platform. God bless. Take care. I'm wishing everybody's business much success.